Hello, everybody. Dorothy Morgan here, longtime professional astrologer. We're going to talk about May 3rd and what's happening in the sky. So we're going to share my screen with you. We're going to also do the Astro Dice, and we will also do a card here. So let's get started. I'll share my screen with you, and we can take a look at the chart. Here's the chart that I just do it for 10 a.m. Sometimes I do it for noon. Here's 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. However, everything is not in the same place because we're all in a different place on the planet, different time zones too. So that's why I don't use the ascendant and the midheaven in this forecast. Okay, good. Just to be clear. So we are still in the new moon phase. You can see the moon is only 30 degrees away from the sun. So we are still in that new moon phase. Each phase is 45 degrees. So the sun keeps moving, the moon moves. So eventually they're 45 degrees apart. Then we get to the crescent phase. That's not yet. Moon is moving out of bounds. It's out of bounds now. We'll stay that way for about 3, 4, 5 days-ish. So we'll talk about it every day that it's out of bounds. So when the moon is out of bounds, it's represented over here by this measurement called declination. It's not the same as where it is in the zodiac. Those are two different mathematical measurements, okay? But talking about the declination, when the moon is out of bounds, it feels like a freelance writer. We kind of get no bounds, right? Out of bounds. So there's no boundaries per se in what the moon gets to experience. So when the moon is in Gemini, just like I talked about yesterday, we're looking at emotional information, messages that are coming through. If we're emotional, this is for everybody. If we're emotional, then we tend to want to talk it out right now. Of course, not everybody's going to feel that way, but a lot of us will. The moon in an air sign wants to talk things out. When the moon is in an air sign and out of bounds, which it is when it's in Gemini these days, it is going to be heightened information. I need to talk about insight information on how I'm feeling. Okay, that's what that represents. The moon at this point in time, which again is 10 a.m. on May 3rd, it is in a square to Mars. So nice mutable square, lots of action at this time in the morning. All right. And if you don't know what time it is for you, just wherever you are, just say, what is the current time in Boston, Massachusetts? And because that's my time zone. And then you can do the math for whatever time it is for you. All right. Good. I know. Is what it is. We are coming to the sun conjunct Uranus. So all bets are off that anything is standardized at this point in time. Uranus is always throwing in a little wrench here and there to keep us on our toes so we can learn and grow. That's what those energies are about. Okay. More in my Patreon. You're welcome to come and join us there. It's a nice way to support the work we do. Are you ready for your Astro Dice? Say, Spirit, what would you like me to know? And if something about this message resonates with you, then take it. If it doesn't, that's okay too. And you could even have a question. Oh, well, this is super simple. So with the Astro Dice, the astrology dice, one of them is the planets, one of them is the 12 houses, and one of them is the 12 signs. Right? We have 10 planets. We still count Pluto, and it includes the north and south node. So that's 12. There you go. I rolled the moon in Cancer in the first house. So this is all about taking care of yourself first, nurturing yourself first. Moon in Cancer in the first house means, oh, I'm sensitive. I've been taking care of everybody for so long. I got to do something for me now. So take care of yourself first. This is for absolutely everybody who feels that they're doing too much for others. And if we don't do self-care, then we run out of juice, right? And then we're exhausted and we get run down, and you know that story. So the moon in Cancer in the first house, that is Spirit telling us to make sure and take care of yourself. make sure and take care of yourself first. All right, please do that. And if you're feeling sensitive and overwhelmed, because that moon in Cancer is very sensitive, highly emotional. And if you're in an environment or a place that is just overwhelming you with too much, then find a way to, just like the crab does, you know, it pulls everything in the hard shell to stay safe. You might need to do that too. Maybe. All right. What does our native spirit deck want us to know? Oh my. People, apparently, I pulled this yesterday. I know I did. And it was a few days before that it was on the bottom of the deck. So there is definitely somebody who's not believing that if something is going really bad right now, that it's not going to come around. Or maybe you're just starting, and maybe it's just encouragement from spirit to say, remember, what goes around comes around, and bringing that, you know, if something is not in a great place, you're just slowly starting to get some things back in order. Give yourself some time and nurturing and caring for yourself. I really do want to pull one, because that's happened quite a few times. That's that subliminal message. Is like, remember, things are going wrong. Oh my God, you guys are gonna laugh at this one. We talked about that. Oh my gosh, there is definitely something in my eye. It's probably something on the lens of my glasses. The trickster came up again. He was here a couple of days ago. I got all kinds of feedback from all of you guys and gals. It was pretty awesome because there was a lot of good information there. So the trickster card, which is Coyote, and it's like, don't fool yourself. Don't think things are as bad as they are, or don't put all your eggs in one basket, because, you know, that means we're thinking things are way too good. So we need to spread things out a little bit and take your time in making those decisions. And we still have an awful lot of planets in the sign of Pisces right now. So we still have a lot of illusion going on around us. So it's not easy to see the truth sometimes. And that's that trickster card, that Coyote. But it's also like, are you fooling yourself? Are you kidding yourself? Are you trying to do more than you can? It's like, oh, I can do everything. That really goes along well with that moon in Cancer in the first house roll of the dice. So don't fool yourself thinking that you you can do it all. Take care of yourself too. So there's so many ways that will play out. So what do you think? What do you think? Circle of Life came up twice, and the trickster card, this is the second time, and I think is less than 4 days. I have to look back at my notes. I don't remember. However, it wasn't that long ago, just a couple of days ago, the trickster card came up too. So I want you to make sure and focus and tell me what you think. I'm curious what you feel these repetitive cards represent. I mean, I think it's just a reminder of the cards, because we need to stay in our lane right now and stay and do our best to be clear and be focused. Yeah. This new moon, we're not sure what this new moon this new moon eclipse we just had, we're not sure what it's going to be, how it's going to manifest. We'll know, but not right now. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Blessings. Namaste. And I will see you. I'll see you tomorrow.